Hello, Math 7 here with your quiz. This is quiz 12.1 and 12.2. This is a little tough, not gonna lie. So I'm actually gonna go through a few of the questions. Probably end up doing maybe even half this quiz, just because I know it's tough and I want to make sure you guys are set up for success. Again, please show your work and we will get on it. So, for the first three questions, it's asking to identify variables and constants. Now remember, our variables are letters. So I'm just going to say our variables and then our constants. You could actually write the words out. Our variables for number one are B, A, and C. I'm actually going to put them in alphabetical order. And then our constant is 4. Now, you might call this -4. I'm just going to call it 4, assuming that this whole term for AC is negative. If you put -4 there, that's totally fine. The only other instance that comes up is this one. Again, as long as it's clear, it's labeled, it's easy for me to follow, then you're going to be good to go for those three. All right, this one down here. Number 4. True or false? It's asking, does this equal this, assuming z equals 3? I'm just going to get you guys started on this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute my value in for my variable. So this side of the equation will be 3 squared plus 3 equals, that should be not a 3, but a 7. 7 times 3 minus 9. Okay. Prove that that's true. Again, we're going to do all of our math and see if this equals this. Okay. Now, for these next 6 questions, we're given values for variables. So again, what we're doing is we're substituting here and we're plugging things in to follow it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solve these 3. I'm going to work on them with you guys just so that way we're all on the same page. Again, I would prefer understanding, and hopefully this kind of stuff will help you guys get there. Again, first thing that I'm going to do, I'm on number 8, so I'm going to substitute in my values for my variables. So m equals 3, so that's 3 times n, which is -2. Again, I put the parentheses just to clarify so it's easy for me to follow. Minus 3 plus 2, and b equals 7. Okay. Now I'm going to go through and multiply. So 3 times -2 is going to be -6 minus 3 plus 2 times 7 is 14. So now I'm going to add and subtract from left to right. -6 minus 3 is -9 plus 14 equals +5. I'm going to work on number 9 now. And I'm going to substitute. B equals 7. 7 squared minus 6 times m. 3, but it's m squared. Now the squared only applies to the m. If there were parentheses over the whole thing, the squared would be to both terms. However, that's not the case. So I'm only going to square my m, which in this case is 3, plus 5 times a, which is 14. Okay. I'm going to go through and do my exponents because I don't have any groups, any operations within my groups. So 7 squared is 49, minus 6 times 3 squared is 9, plus, I'm not going to do multiplication just yet. Okay, now that I've rewritten everything, now I'm going to do multiplication. So I'll have 49 minus 6 times 9 is 54, plus 5 times 14 is 70. Okay, I'm going to move up here. 49 minus, so what's the difference between 49 and 54? It's 5, but negative 54 is my larger number, so it's going to be negative 5 plus 70. The answer here is 65. That's positive 65. Negative plus 70. Okay. That should be pretty straightforward. Number 10, 3 times m plus n is negative 2, minus b, which is 7. Okay, order of operations, multiplication comes first. This turns into 9 plus negative 2 minus 7. Now, I'm adding a negative. Could I just call that subtraction? Absolutely. If you just wrote 9 minus 2, totally fine. But I'm going to add negative 2. That's going to give me 7 minus 7, which equals 0. Oh. That's what I meant to do. My bad. Okay. Hope that helps you for 5, 6, and 7. Again, follow those order of operations and don't forget to substitute. All right, algebraic expressions for the word phrase. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write an expression for the following word phrase. It's asking us to identify the variable stands for in the expression. So we're just going to define whatever our variable is. Joy's age if she is 7 years younger than her brother Robert. So we're looking for Joy. So J equals Joy's age. And she's younger than her brother Robert, so I'm going to use R for Robert. And yes, this is necessary because it asks us to identify what the variable stands for. So if you don't do this, you didn't do that, you don't get the credit. Boom. So Joy's age is 7 years younger than her brother Robert. I'm going to let you guys figure out how to write that out. If you have any other questions, comment below, email me, and I will get to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, love you very much. Bye.